Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at a Renaissance animation classic as we take a look at Aladdin. And if you are enjoying these videos, please do hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new video. But for now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Aladdin. This movie was released on November 11th, 1992. It was directed by Ron Clements and John Musker. It is based on Aladdin and the Magic Lamp from A 1001 Nights. The screenplay was by Ron Clements, John Musker, Terry Russo, and Ted Elliott. The production company was Walt Disney Feature Animation, being distributed by Buena Vista Distribution. The budget was $28 million with a box office return of $504.1 million, so a huge success. In terms of the production history, in 1988, Howard Ashman pitched the idea of an animated musical of Aladdin. His 40-page pitch was faithful to the original characters and plot, but had visioned it in a campy 1930s Cab Calloway, Fats Waller Genie type story. Ashman, along with collaborator Alan Menken, created several original characters, including Aladdin's friends Babette, Omar, and Cassim. However, Michael Eisner was hesitant on the project because he did not believe that films set in the Middle East would be commercially appealing. Menken and Ashman would go on to work on Beauty and the Beast. Ron Clements and John Musker would actually pick Aladdin as their next project after completing The Little Mermaid. Musker and Clements would write a draft of the screenplay and give it to studio chief Jeffrey Katzenberg in April of 1991. Katzenberg did not appreciate the story and ordered that the entire story be rewritten without changing the original plan to release it in November of 1992. This was called Black Sunday or Black Friday, I think it was called, for the animators who were pitching it to Jeffrey Katzenberg. So they did bring in Ted Elliott and Terry Russo, and they were brought in to rewrite the story. They would eliminate several characters, including Aladdin's mother, and as well as Aladdin's friends. And they also made a major change to Iago. Originally, he was depicted as a British character. Then they changed it to a Gilbert Gottfried-inspired character. The design for a lot of the characters was inspired by artist Al Hirschfeld, and his trademark curves found in similar Arabic calligraphy. Howard Ashman and Alan Menken did come on as songwriters, and they did compose Arabian Nights, Friend Like Me, and Prince Ali. They did also write a song called Proud of Your Boy and Humiliate the Boy. These were written, but they were ultimately deleted. Unfortunately, Howard Ashman passed away midway through production, so Tim Rice came on to write songs A Whole New World and One Jump Ahead. So let's take a look at the cast. So we have Scott Wagner, who provides the voice of Aladdin, Robin Williams, who provides the voice of the Genie, Linda Larkin provides the voice of Jasmine, Jonathan Freeman provides the voice of Jafar, Gilbert Godfrey provides the voice of Iago, Frank Welker provides the voice of Abu, and Douglas Steele provides the voice of the Sultan. In terms of the plot of the movie, Aladdin is a poor street urchin who spends most of his time stealing food from the marketplace in the city of Agrabah. His adventure begins when he meets a young girl who happens to be Princess Jasmine, who is forced to be married by her wacky yet estranged father. Aladdin's luck does have a change of hope when he retrieves a magical lamp from the Cave of Wonders. What he unwillingly gets is a fun-loving genie who wishes only to have his freedom. Little do they know that the Sultan's sinister advisor, Jafar, has plans for both Aladdin and the lamp. So in terms of the legacy of this movie, this has quite a established legacy because the movie was so popular. So Williams actually had a falling out with Disney because of this movie. Williams, in part of gratitude for the success of his previous movie, Good Morning Vietnam, agreed to provide the voice of the genie for scale, $75,000 as opposed to his regular $8 million asking fee. The condition was that his name and image would not be used for marketing and support, and the supporting character would not take up more than 25% of the advertising artwork. Williams' reason for this was that because he had another movie, Toys, coming out at the same time as Aladdin, and he did not want to compete between the two movies. The studio, for financial reasons, went back on their agreement and used the genie as the main focus of the film poster and most of the advertising. Also, they did not use his name in the commercials, but they did use his voice to sell toys and fast food tie-ins without having to pay Williams any additional money. Williams was obviously upset by this and started to badmouth Disney in public interviews. Disney attempted to make amends by giving William a Pablo Picasso painting worth $1 million. This unfortunately failed to repair the damaged relationship, and as a result, Williams refused to appear in the direct-to-video sequel Aladdin and the Return of Jafar. The other controversy that arose because of the movie was the song Arabian Nights. The original lyrics were where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. But following complaints from the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, the lyrics would be ultimately changed to where it is flat and immense and the heat is intense. There were several video games released based on the movie, and these would be on platforms such as the Sega Genesis, the Game Boy, and the Nintendo Entertainment System. The characters, as well as the world of Aladdin, were also introduced as a playable level in Kingdom Hearts. In terms of fast food tie-ins, Burger King also released Kid Club toys and collectible cups to help promote the film. Because the movie was such a success, there obviously would be a Disney Channel released television series with Aladdin and the Return of Jafar being the sequel movie, but also acting as a pilot for the series. Also, Aladdin, Jasmine, and Jafar made a cameo appearance in Hercules the series in the episode Hercules and the Arabian Night. In this, it's almost like a dream team because you have Jafar and Hades teaming up to take on Aladdin and Hercules. Aladdin and Jasmine, as well as Jafar, would also make appearances in the television series House of Mouse. In terms of the theme parks, in Walt Disney World, Aladdin and Jasmine can be seen for autographs and photo ops in the Morocco Pavilion in Epcot. They also can be seen in Adventureland, where Aladdin, Jasmine, and the Genie will appear for photo opportunities. Also in Adventureland, there is an Aladdin-based ride called The Magic Carpets of Aladdin, where guests can ride a magic carpet on a tour around Adventureland. Shortly after the movie came out, the Genie actually would go on to replace Roger Rabbit as the conductor of the former Spectro Magic Parade. In 1998, the Tiki Room became the Tiki Room under new management, and this featured appearances from Iago as well as Zazu. And the former Disney Quest indoor theme park in downtown Disney would feature the Genie in the elevator as guests would enter and would take guests up to the arcade level. In California Adventure, there was Aladdin, the Musical Spectacular, which performed from January 16th, 2003 to January 11th, 2016, before being replaced by Frozen. In Disneyland in Adventureland, Aladdin and Jasmine's Storytale Adventure is a 20-minute live show that occurs daily, and Aladdin and Jasmine tell their story with the help of audience participation. And finally, in Disneyland Paris, the Le Passage Enchanté d'Aladdin is a walkthrough attraction where guests can visit scenes from the movie. In Tokyo Disney Sea, one of the lands is actually themed after Aladdin, called the Arabian Coast. This land features the Jasmine's Flying Carpet Ride, which is similar to the one in Florida, as well as the Aladdin the Musical was released on Broadway as well. So would I recommend this movie? I think this movie is amazing. It's one of the animation classics from Disney, and it's one of the ones that I grew up on. I feel that I can watch this one over and over again, and I keep discovering new things. For example, on this time watching it in preparation for the show, I was really noticing the animation with Aladdin and the subtlety of his relationship with the Genie. It really is a buddy comedy between those two, and you can see that they actually build a relationship throughout the movie. And a lot of the looks from Aladdin is quite subtle, and it makes his character even more heartwarming. In terms of recommending it, this is definitely one, if you haven't seen it, which I don't think anyone on the planet has not, I definitely recommend it, as it is one of the foundations of the Disney Renaissance of the early 90s. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment on what their favorite moment of Aladdin is, as well as if you've been to any of the theme park attractions featuring Aladdin, what are your memories of them? So as we look forward to our next episode, we are going to be looking at a documentary as we take a look at Be Water, which is a documentary about the legendary Bruce Lee. As well, stay tuned for our bonus story that week as we take a look at the history of ESPN's 30 for 30 film series. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.